mom of 2-year-old twins, and my son was in the NICU here in Harrisburg. I mean, I think as a parent, you never plan to be in the NICU. So when they tell you, you're laying on a table in the operating room that your child's going to the NICU, your heart kind of just breaks. But there was a moment of comfort from the nurses to the doctors that held my hand and promised me it would be okay and that they would be with me. And it sounds so cliche, but in that moment, that was the only thing that mattered, was someone told me that they were going to give everything to my child at that point. So I actually wasn't able to see my son for 24 hours because my other one was in maternity with me, and I had just recovered from a C-section. So it was really hard, but the nurses and doctors would come down to my floor on maternity and actually talk to me with my husband. And you don't realize what the little things that they do, but the pictures they would send me or they take for me and bring them down to show me, to help me learn how to feed him. They would check in with us at night, and I'm still in contact with over half of his nurses, which is super amazing, and I will forever be thankful for those angels. I was sent home after 6 days, and then my son stayed for an additional 11. So I actually would come to the NICU every day. My husband stayed in the NICU in the room with my son while I was at home with my daughter. So I would come in for a couple hours every day to learn how to feed him, and you had to turn him on his side and feed him his bottle. But the doctors were so patient, and they just always made sure that they came in when I was there, and always were super encouraging. Actually, Dr. Abba and Dr. Wolf were huge saints because they answered all my crazy questions and they were amazing. I have stayed in touch with, like I said, the NICU nurses, and I asked them if there was something that they needed that maybe wasn't a top priority, that something that they wanted but maybe not needed. And Stephanie got back to us and let us know that the Brady wagon was an option, and I was like, great, let's do it. This sounds awesome. And she explained to me, it's more for the kids who are here long term, who aren't able to get the interaction they need. And you don't realize it, but 2 weeks felt like a lifetime. So for these parents that are here for weeks on end, months, I feel like hopefully this wagon will give them a little bit of chance of normalcy. How I stayed in touch with Stephanie is I started making bummies. Well, I have a company that makes they're like diaper bummies and bows for the kids in NICU on every holiday. So we did it it's been a year. It was a year, 4th of July. And just staying involved with the NICU was super important to me because it was such a huge part of my life, even though it was 2 weeks. And I just felt this need to want to be involved. So I hope this is not the last thing I'm able to do. I hope that this is just the start.
My name is Joanne Basom, and I'm the physical therapist that works in the NICU. We were very excited to have this piece of equipment, and the nice part about the Brady Buggy is that it has a tool in the back that will attach to a IV pole, so if the infant happens to be on any type of IV fluids or some type of pump system, it can come with us. He's not necessarily tied to his room. So it's excellent, and we are very thankful. They can get a little bit more visual and a little bit more vestibular stimulation, which will help with their development. And it's also good for socialization.